Native Houstonian Queen Cora has collaborated with Pink, Mary J. Blige, and Missy Elliott, to name a few, and has even performed in 2 of the NFL's Super Bowl halftime shows alongside Prince and Beyonce.
Author, producer, international drummer Queen Cora is here now. Welcome to Houston Live. This is so awesome.
It's good to be here.
Nice to see you.
Good to be here. Thank you.
We love showcasing our Houston talent. And what's so great, when we read these resumes of the people that you performed with, that making music with, by the way, valedictorian of high school, which, by the way, Kashmere High.
Kashmere.
Yes, girl.
Doing awesome things, yes.
It's so amazing. I mean, it's so cool to highlight that. But do you remember those days walking through those halls?
I do. I do. It's amazing to see how small things are. You know, you feel like way over there on that side of the campus, but it's been really great. Kashmere was a super infrastructure for me, just from learning how to work with very little and maximizing it, which I've been able to use in my career, to just understanding the value of mentorship and that sort of thing has been a great, great foundation for me.
And back then, when you were in school, in 9th grade, when you were playing those drums in the band, did you have a vision for your life that you sort of charted at that point?
I did. I've always been a journaler and a reader of the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People and that sort of thing. So my band director at Kashmere, William Porter, we read that. And so beginning with the end in mind was something that I always did. So how did I want 9th grade to end? How did I want 12th grade to be? How did I want college to be? And even though I couldn't rule every part of my life, I had an idea of what I wanted that rhythm to be.
I mean, the career highlights are unbelievable. Prince, of course, you played with him for 5 years. Super Bowl 2007, Beyonce for 3 years, Super Bowl 2013. I mean, Missy Elliott, everybody that we rolled down. I mean, your music is so unique, eclectic. Do you take something from every walk of life?
I do. And I say life is rhythm, and rhythm is just patterns. So everything inspires me, from a kid that I'm teaching to someone in Switzerland, someone in Ghana, just hearing patterns in the blinker. You know, I hear that, and then I had a classical background, so I've done some orchestration, classical, but of course with Prince, it's funk and pop, and then Beyonce is pop, and Zach Harmon, blues, and Pink. You know, it's just this sort of myriad. And so when I create, I hear all of those things.
Let's talk about the orchestra a little bit, the entire ensemble, because obviously you guys are like a family, but it's also critical that your sounds, that you're all kind of on the same wavelength. So talk a little bit about the performers you brought with you today.
This is a special, like KPRC special. This is a modified version. But we just performed in Dallas for the Women's Leadership Summit. Helen Giddings, a really awesome board of directors put together. So it's 26 pieces with 10 drummers, marching drummers, because that's a part of me from Howard. And then I had tuba, marching tuba, violin. I had full percussionist, the rhythm section, of course, and iwi player, saxophone, just 4 singers, and then 2 dancers from my mentorship program at Kashmere. So that was the full scope, and we've integrated video, and I was able to express more of the fuller side of me as a creative. So today is going to be sort of a sneak peek of that.
That's cool. Cool to have so many moving parts to buoy you up. We do have to get to the live performance, but before we let you walk over there, you would love to perform with Patti LaBelle.
Patti LaBelle and Oprah. Oprah's like my favorite.
Michelle Obama, Shaka Khan.
Can we come along with
of course.
I mean, we could just play in the background.
I'll carry the cymbals.
Yes.
Which, by the way, Queen Cora's sunglasses are made from cymbals, folks.
Where can we buy those somewhere?
You can. IamQueenCora.com. They are available. They're handcrafted from the Netherlands.
Cool. Yes, they're fantastic.
So stylish, so talented. We're going to let you get ready for your performance. And as promised, folks, here with a special performance, Queen Cora. And today, the Queen Cora Orchestra performing What About? Guys, take it away.
Definition of a queen. The female ruler of an independent state, especially one who inherits the position by right of birth. Definition of a queen. The most powerful chess piece that each player has.
if you're shallow? What if you're smart? What if your life had a really rough start? What if you live in it? What if you late? What if you're early? What if you're late? What if like everything you had been thinking of quietly all got slammed in your face? What about her? What about him? What about them? What about now? What about her? What about you? What about them? What about now? What about her? What about you? What about him? What about her? What about slammed in your face? What about this? What about a hat? What about a scarf, a jacket, a cap? What about all of the people who feel invisible and all who feel too fat and all who feel too thin? Those who never win, those who are never chosen, those who feel half chosen, those who feel money broken. What about what about him? What about him? What about now? What about her? What about him? What about them? What about now? What about her? What about him? What about them? What about now? What about her? What about you? They're just wondering, what about her? What about him? What about you? What about her? What about her? What about him? What about him? What about her? What about her? What about him? What about him? What about now? What about her? What about you? Ladies and gentlemen, we have gathered in consciousness.